On the 8th of November 1999, 25 years ago today, the final episode of Walking with Dinosaurs, Death of a Dynasty released. The episode is set 65 million years ago in Montana, 41 million years after the previous episode. It is set within the Hell Creek Formation from the latest Cretaceous of Montana, the Dakotas, and Wyoming, but the environment is not accurate to Hell Creek, which was a swampy environment rather than a volcanic ash field. It was filmed in Chile, except for the scenes at the bottom of the volcano, which were filmed in New Zealand. There is a slight problem with the dating, as more recent studies have found that the KPG extinction occurred 66 million years ago, not 65 as previously thought. The idea that Earth was dying by the time of the KPG extinction is now thought to be outdated. Didelphodon was a stag-odontid archaeometatherian, which was an extinct clade of marsupial relatives from the latest Cretaceous, 73 to 66 million years ago, of North America, meaning it lived in the right place and time to appear. In reality, it was more like an otter than a Tasmanian devil or badger as depicted in the series. Along with this, it would have likely been semi-aquatic and durophagous rather than a scavenger and nest raider. It is also given a weight estimate of 10 kilograms in the episode, nearly twice that of its realistic 5.2 kilograms. Tyrannosaurus rex was a tyrannosaurian tyrannosaur from the late Cretaceous, approximately 70 to 66 million years ago, of most of western North America. The T-Rex's head should be longer, less boxy, and more rounded and slightly smaller in proportion to the body. Its wrists should not pronate. It should have a longer, thicker tail and a larger, deeper chest. It is possible that Tyrannosaurus had feathers, and it almost definitely had them as juveniles. Tyrannosaurus almost definitely couldn't roar. It lacked the right vocal apparatus, and they probably would have made snarling and hissing sounds, similar to ratites and crocodilians. It is undersized at 5 rather than 8 tons, and the growth rate of it was quite slow in reality, meaning they would not have reached a length of 1 meters long by 1 month old. It is stated that female Tyrannosaurus were larger than males. This was based on an outdated hypothesis that females needed to be larger to provide more space to store eggs. In fact, there is no evidence of sexual dimorphism in Tyrannosaurus at all. The heads of the baby T-Rex should be thinner and slightly longer. A theropod corpse appears. It is sometimes identified as Nanotyrannus by fans, but Nanotyrannus has been reclassified to almost definitely be a juvenile Tyrannosaurus, and it is definitely not this, as it does not look anything like either the baby or adult T-Rex. There are other theropods known from Hell Creek, but none of these fit the description of the creature in the episode. A mammal corpse appears. It has been confirmed as Purgatorius in external media. Purgatorius was a purgatorioid plesiodaphiform from the earliest Paleocene, 66 to 63 million years ago, of the United States, meaning it lived in the right place at potentially the right time to appear. Monkey puzzle trees, or Araucaria araucana, appear. Monkey puzzles are an Araucariaceae cupressus that dates back to the early Cretaceous and was found through much of the world, meaning it lived in the right place and time to appear. There are tree fossils known from Hell Creek that are tentatively assigned to monkey puzzle tree. A butterfly appears. True butterflies, Rhopalocera, date back to the mid-Cretaceous, approximately 101 million years ago, meaning they were around at the right time to appear. There are no butterfly fossils known from Hell Creek. It appears to be live-acted by a Great Mormon, or Papiliomemnon. Unidentified small ornithopods appear. These are often speculated to be Thescelosaurus. Thescelosaurus was a thescelosaurian pyrodont from the late Cretaceous, 69 to 66 million years ago, of North America, meaning it lived in the right time and place to appear. The model is a recolored version of the Leolinosaurus Dryosaurus model, and is reused for the Othnielia in Ballad of Big Owl. the Thesliosaurus might have had feathers in real life. This dromaeosaur is not identified in the original UK version, but in the inferior US version it is identified as Dromaeosaurus, which did live in the late Cretaceous of North America, including Hell Creek, but went extinct approximately 3 million years before the episode's setting. There are 2 named dromaeosaurs from Hell Creek at the right time, Achiroraptor and Dakotaraptor, but neither were named at the time of production. Dakotaraptor is the right size to be the creature in the episode, but it is chimeric and dubious, with some of its holotype belonging to turtles, not a dromaeosaur. Therefore it must be Achiroraptor, a dromaeosaur, possibly a Sauroornitholestine, from the late Cretaceous, 67 to 66 million years ago, of Montana, meaning it lived in the right place and time to appear. But it is too small to be the dromaeosaur in the episode, which reuses a recoloured Utahraptor, which is presumably the same size as the Utahraptor in Giant of the Skies, which was stated to be 5 meters long, rather than the 3 meters long of Achiroraptor. It should have feathers and non-pronated wrists, and the snout is too short and boxy for Achiroraptor. It also would have been slightly more heavily built, and probably had slightly shorter legs. And it is shown pack hunting, something they would not have done in reality, forming something closer to loose gangs. Ankylosaurus was an ankylosauran Europodon from the late Cretaceous, 68 to 66 million years ago, of North America, meaning it lived in the right place and time to appear. It is unlikely that Ankylosaurus could kill a T-Rex with a single strike of its tail club. Its back should be flatter, and its back being so round leads to it being too tall at 2.5 to 3 meters in the episode, rather than the realistic 2 meters tall. It should have rounder, flatter osteoderms and less osteoderms, and it should have a flatter, less boxy skull. Tail club is also slightly too spherical, and the horns on its head should be larger and more pyramid-like, rather than just being horn-like. Torosaurus was a triceratopsin chasmosaurine from the late Cretaceous, 68 to 66 million years ago, of basically all of western North America, meaning it lived at the right time and place to appear. It may have had quills on the base of its tail. Its brow horns are placed too high up on the head, they should be right above the eyes. The baby Torosaurus' skull is probably too long, and the throat should also probably curve backwards and be shorter. We have evidence of chasmosaurines fighting in the way it is depicted of Torosaurus in the episode. A Triceratops corpse appears. It too was a Triceratopsin that also lived in the late Cretaceous, 68 to 66 million years ago, of western North America, meaning it lived, or rather died, at the right place and time to appear. Its brow horns are also in the wrong place. As of 2011, Anatotitan is a synonym of Edmontosaurus annectens. Edmontosaurus annectens was an Edmontosaurine saurolophine from the late Cretaceous, 68 to 66 million years ago, of western North America, meaning it lived in the right place and time to appear. Edmontosaurus and other hadrosaurs did not have thumb spikes, had a hoof-like sheaths on their hands, and had a horny beak rather than a duck-like bill. It should also have a flatter back. Edmontosaurus would have been as big as, if not bigger than, T-Rex. Its skull should be longer and less flat. The Edmontosaurus should have a thicker, more triangular neck, and it should have small spikes or lumps on its back. Quetzalcoatlus was a Quetzalcoatline azhdarchid from the late Cretaceous, 68 to 66 million years ago, of North America, meaning it lived in the right time and around the right place to appear. Although Quetzalcoatlus itself is not known from Hell Creek, there is an indeterminate Quetzalcoatline known from the formation. It reuses a modified Ornithocheirus model, but this is completely wrong from Quetzalcoatlus. It should have a longer and more robust neck, head and beak. It should also walk more upright with much longer back legs, meaning it should be less hunched over. It should have a larger, rounder crest, and it has the same recurring pterosaur inaccuracies with the wing folding and the pointed wing tips. It is once again stated that pterosaurs were almost extinct by the end of the Maastrichtian, something that is now known to be outdated. The model appears to be undersized compared to its surroundings, that the narration states it is oversized, stating a wingspan of 13 meters rather than a realistic 10 meters, and it is shown dip feeding and eating fish when it would have hunted by chasing down small land animals. A crocodile appears. It is confirmed externally to be Dinosuchus. Dinosuchus was an alligatoroid crocodilian from the late Cretaceous, 82 to 73 million years ago, of the eastern United States, meaning it lived in the wrong part of the continent to appear, and went extinct approximately 7 million years before the episode's setting. A better alternative is Thyracosaurus, which not only lived in Hell Creek at the right time, but also looks more like the creature in the episode than Dinosuchus does, having a longer snout with a bulbous mass at the end, while Dinosuchus simply resembled a large alligator. It is stated to be 1 ton in weight. This is too small for the 2 to 5 ton Dinosuchus, but appears to be accurate to the weight of Thyracosaurus. A snake appears. It is externally identified as Deinonychia. Deinonychia was a deinonychiid ophidian, meaning it was not actually a snake, but rather a very close relative, from the late Cretaceous, 85 million years ago, of South America, meaning it lived in the wrong continent to appear and went extinct approximately 20 million years before the episode's setting. An alternative to appear would be Cerberophus, an alethinophidian, or advanced snake, from the late Cretaceous, approximately 76 to 66 million years ago, of Montana, meaning it lived in the right time and place to appear. It's live acted by a red-tailed boa. Given this, an even more fitting alternative is an indeterminate board known from Hell Creek. During the credits we see various modern mammals and birds, with these being African elephants, Loxodonta, lions, Panthera leo, Cape buffalo, Syncerus caffa, oxpeckers, Buphagus africanus, cattle egrets, Ardea coromanda, geese, Ansa cerulescens. Birds are once again accurately stated as being dinosaurs. And that is Death of a Dynasty, and that is Walking with Dinosaurs as a whole. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it was late. We had tech issues, which is why the microphone sounds different, which will be a problem that continues into the foreseeable future, unfortunately. I hope you tune in next time on Christmas Day next year for my breakdown of The Ballad of Big Al.
Thank you.